Hello, welcome to everyone in this video. This is our lecture number 71. Already 70 lectures was covered to solve the problem asked in this book, that is the electrodynamics by DJ Griffith. Actually, this is the 28th part of the solution of this book, and the rest of the lecture consists the solution of the book, that is electricity and magnetism by Basudev Ghosh. So if you want to watch the previous lectures of the solution of these two book, you can go through the description box, link are given there. Also, if you wants to watch the another topic regarding the physics, you can go through the description box, there are given the various link, you can go to this link also. And if you wants to prepare your job preparation, you can also get a another challenge, that is link are given in the description box. So if you wants to watch the other things regarding physics and the government job preparation, you can go through the description box, link are given there. Also, the PDF copy of this lecture are provided in the description box, right? So let's start today's discussion. Today we want to discuss the problem number 6.11 to 6.19 of this chapter 6 of this book, and the previous lectures was consist 6.1 to 6.10, right? So go to the question number 6.10, which says that 6.11, which says that section 6.2.1 we begin with the potential of a perfect dipole, that is equation 6.10, whereas in fact we are dealing with the physical dipoles. So by the method of section 423, that we notathels sorry notathels get the correct microscopic field. 6.10 equation is nothing but this is the vector potential which is related to the magnetic moment m cross r, and this one. So in this section 4.2.3, the average magnetic field is nothing but out plus in. Out due to the molecular outside a small sphere around a point p. Actually this is a point p, we take a small sphere, the molecule due to outside this sphere is b out, and due to this inside molecule is the b in. Okay, so the average field will be addition of these two. So the magnetic field outside this region will be like that, and the corresponding magnetic field, this is the vector potential, and the corresponding magnetic field will be like that. And in case of inside, the magnetic field will be obtained as like that. So you can see this magnetic field inside and outside both are the same. This is average, these are the average value, and this average value are the same in the both cases. Go to the next one. 6.12 says an infinitely long cylinder of radius r. This is an infinitely long cylinder whose radius is r, and the magnetization is given is like that. This type of question we discussed the last classes, so you can understand this thing very well if you watch the previous one. So this magnetization will be like that, where k is the constant, is the distance from this center or axis. Okay, there is no free current anywhere, so the magnetic field inside and outside. So in that case you can find out the volume bound current density will be curl of m, and m is like that. So if you take the curl of this, you will be get minus k phi cap. So this is the volume current density, and the surface current density m cross n. Here m is this one, and n is the along the s cap. So if you cross this thing, you will be get kr phi cap. So these two are the volume charge density. Now there's superposition of the solenoid. Actually this is nothing but you can see here this volume current density along the minus phi cap, and this is along the plus phi cap. So this is a superposition of the solenoids along one and that direction, and another current in the another direction like one. So if you take the outside the solenoid, you can get easily find out the ampere using the Ampere's current law. The output, the magnetic field outside this coil will be zero. And in case of the inside, you will be apply the Ampere's law, B dot dl equal to mu naught I enclosed. There is two type of current, volume current and surface current density. So surface current density in this length L, and volume current density will be into this area. Okay, these are crossing the perpendicular, so you need to this area. This is actually Ampere's loop. This square actually the Ampere's loop. This is the Ampere's loop. This is Ampere's loop. Okay, this is the Ampere's loop. So the area of this portion, actually in this portion there is a volume current density, there is no volume current density. So in this region the volume current density, so we take this area, this is this L, and this is nothing but R minus S. So the area will be L into R minus N, and there is a negative, JB is a negative, so there is why this negative arises. Okay, and this is the for the volume current, the surface current density, this will be the length. So finally we got this one, so V will be mu naught Ks. So this magnetic field along the Z direction, that is the along the along the Z direction, that is the direction of magnetization. So the magnetic field will be along the magnetization. Now ampere, use the Ampere's law 6.20, which is H dot dl equal to I f I means free enclosed current, find H then get B. So in this relation, so there is no free current density, so IF enclosed will be 0. Hence H equals to 0. Since H equals to 0, B equals to mu naught M, and we all know M is 0 for outside, so B for outside also 0, and inside M is KSZ cap, which is given KSZ cap. So if you put this KS Z cap, will we get B in equals to like that. So you can see, you can find out this expression B out and B in very easily compared to the previous one. In the previous one we get this from magnetization we get the current density. After that we apply Ampere's law, you will get this magnetic field. But here you can use these two equation and you can easily find out the magnetic field inside and outside is faster than the previous one, right? Next one, suppose the field inside a large piece of magnetic material is B0 and H0 equals to given here. Now a small sphere cavity hollowed out of the material. So there is three things, sphere, needle and wafer. These are hollow, are produced within this material. Find the field at the center of the cavity within in terms of B0 M. Also find H at the center of the cavity in terms of H0 and M. So from question number, sorry, from equation number 6.16, we know the magnetic field in the magnetized sphere. If there, this is a magnetized sphere, this magnetic field will be like that. So if you cavity, if you produce this type of cavity within a material, so their magnetic field will be V naught minus of this amount of material, because we eliminate this amount of material. So this type magnetic field will be eliminated due to elimination of this material that is producing of the gravity. That's why the effective magnetic field will be like that. So the H equals to nothing but B by mu naught, and put this value of B, and B naught by mu naught equals to nothing but H naught plus M, and this is 2/3 M. So finally you get H naught plus 1/3 M. Next one, do the same for long needle shape cavity. If you take this long needle shape cavity, for this we already discussed, this will be nothing but mu naught M. This like of cylinder, magnetic field equals to mu naught M. You can see here there is a mu naught M. This is a for spherical, 2/3 mu naught M. This is for spherical, and for cylindrical this will be mu naught M. Okay, this will be mu naught M. We just, you can see here this is mu naught M, K is the M, right? So you can write here this is nothing but mu naught M. So B in is nothing but mu naught M. Okay, so use these things for cylindrical, and for spherical we already use this 2/3 mu naught M. Okay, so these two expression already derived, so we just directly use this expression. So mu naught M, H equals to mu naught M, magnetic field due to this cavity will be mu naught M, so that will be eliminated, that is the negative. So H equals to B by mu naught, B is nothing but like that, and if you take this will be then B naught by mu naught equals to H naught plus M. So finally H equals to H naught. Next one, do the same for thin wafer shaped cavity perpendicular to the M. So this is the wafer shaped cavity which is perpendicular to the M. So since this is far away from the center, this wafer will be the very large. So this is the far away from the center. That's why this B equals to B naught. So H equals to B by mu naught. So B naught by mu naught, which is mu naught H naught plus M. So this is notable that B is the field in this medium in case of wafer. In case of needle, the H is the field of the medium. In case of sphere, there is a intermediate, because there is a combination of B and H also. there is a combination of B and M, or B and H also, but here H is same, and here the B is the same, right? In case of wafer, B is same. In case of needle, H is same. In case of sphere, there is a combination of B and H. Next question. For the bar magnet, problem 6.9, we discussed previous lecture. Take carefully sketch of BMH assuming L and 2A. In this problem, we sketch the lines of force in the three cases, and in that case, we need to draw L and equivalent to 2A. So this will be the nature of this magnetic field. Okay, this will be the nature of magnetic field B, and this is the for H. Next one, you can see here within this region the H is the opposite to this B, because H is the opposite due to magnetization. Next question. uh, J, free current density will be 0 everywhere, so curl of H vanishes. Curl of H vanishes because J is 0. So we can express any gradient, because if we take any curl equals to 0, if curl of H equals to 0, so H can be taken as minus of some scalar. This is a scalar. This is the property of the vector. This is a scalar. Okay, so this is the property of any vector. So H equals to minus grad W, and you can see this grad square W equals to M, and which is nothing but will be and is the source, the Poisson equation. So this will be obey the Poisson equation. This one the masonry chapter 3. Okay, so hence this take as a 0, so you can see this is a Laplace equation. If this is equals to 0, then will be Laplace equation. If this is Laplace equation, this solution will be like this is the general solution of Laplace equation. So using this boundary condition, that is this in and out will be the same, and their derivative will be the perpendicular component of magnetization. This is the same analogy with the electrical part also. So with comparing these two boundary condition and using these two solution, you finally obtain this constant value, and computing these values you can finally get this magnetic field. Okay, next one. The coaxial cable consists of two very long cylinders separated by a linear insulating material of magnetic substituting Im. There is two cylinder, there is a magnetic substituting Im within the two cylinder. This is a one cylinder, and this is another cylinder. Within these two cylinder there is a material also substituting Im. A current I flow inner conductor and the return along the outer one. In each case the current distributes itself uniformly over the surface. Find the magnetic field in the region between the tubes. As a check, they calculate the magnetization and bound current. We need to find the magnetization, bound current, and confirm that general the current field. So Ampere's circuital law is nothing but H dot dl equal to I free enclosed. So this is I. Hence total current is I within this region. So if you take this region, this will be I. So B equals to like that, from where you will get the M. So bound current density will be curl of M, which is 0, and the surface current density will be M cross N. So this will be the surface current density for S equals to A and for S equals to B. These two plane, this S equals to A and this is B. Sorry, this is A, this is A, this is A, and this is B. Okay, this is B. So for these two region, the surface current will be opposite. Using Ampere's law between these two cylinder, you will be get this one, and finally get this value. This is I. So this is the magnetic field within that two region. That is lies between lies between A to B. Okay. Next question. A current I flow a long straight wire of radius A. This is a long straight wire with radius is A. If the wire is made of linear material, suppose copper or aluminum, this is linear material whose susceptibility Im, and the current distributed uniformly at a magnetic field at a distance s from the axis. You need to find the magnetic field at a distance s, which can be inside or outside. In case of the inside, this will be minus I a square by a square. Minus is taken because this was the downward flow down. If you take this and downward, so this will be like that. So H will be like that inside. In case of inside, or in case of outside, this total current will be minus I. This is within region S, within radius is, that's why I a square by a square. For radius a, total is I, so for radius I, so this is current density equals to, so I by pi a square. So if you produce in this region, so s pi a square, so that's pi cancel out, you'll be get a square by x square, a square by a square. So this b equals to like that. So the volume current density is nothing but J equals to chi m Jf. From this equation 6.33 we can easily find out, and Jf nothing but I by pi square. So this is the downward because in opposite direction. So current density is nothing but this is the current density, and if you take this is opposite to I, and bound current will be like that, total bound current will be like that, and this is nothing but the 0. Next one, a sphere of linear magnetic material is placed otherwise uniform magnetic field V0. Find the new field inside the sphere. This is the using problem number 6.15 and problem 2.33. So using problem number 6.15, the solution, this is the potential, this is the boundary condition, and this solution gives is the this type of result 6.15. That means this solution we taking here. Okay, so this field solution taken here, the same process are followed by this, just solving this polynomial. And using 4.23, taking the B is the magnetization of this pair, then the magnetization M, B is the magnetic field, M is the magnetization, and this is the magnetic field, the combination of these two material. So B1 is the magnetization of the sphere, additional this amount of magnetization. So B2 will be like this. So for B0 you will be get B1, B1 to B2, and so on. You will be get the infinite series addition. You will be get these things. You can check these two are equal. These two magnetic field are equal in the both cases. 6.19 says, on the basis of the novel this model presented 6.1.3, estimate the magnetic susceptibility and the electric metal of copper. Compare your answer with the ampere table of this. Okay, so just see this paragraph and try to understand the solution of this question. Okay, so that's it for today. This is all about me. This is my contact details. You can connect with me, this telegram channel, this is my online platform, and this is my youtube channel details. Go to this channel, we get the different physics related video like this session. If you learn something from this video, share this video to your friends so that he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel if you new in this channel. Those already subscribed, thanks for subscription. Press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming videos. Thanks. We will meet in the next video as soon as possible. And if you want to prepare your government job preparation, you can go through the another channel of my channel. Link are given in the description box. So take care. We'll meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.